Our second Atlantic system is arriving today, which means it's time for an update on the impacts you can expect through the weekend. In my weekly forecast, which I released on Tuesday, I focused on two separate systems which would dominate the weather across Europe this week. The first one arrived late Monday into Tuesday, serving as a catalyst for damaging thunderstorms across France and the Benelux countries. One of our members on Discord was directly impacted by this event in the Benelux region and shared pictures of an impressive shelf cloud and even the slow-motion video of torrential rainfall and hail. On Wednesday, July 10th, we saw another outbreak of storms, but this time further east, impacting Central Europe quite heavily. Another member on Discord shared this picture of a shelf cloud from Czechia associated with a thunderstorm which later brought heavy rainfall and strong winds to the area. The first Atlantic system is now centered over the North Sea, so it will continue to influence the weather in Europe for another couple of days before the second system takes over. The severe weather outlook for today was a little tricky, but this is what I'm expecting. A low-end risk of severe weather is apparent anywhere in the yellow, and the narrow portion of the risk area extending down to northern Greece is acknowledging the possibility for some severe storms over the mountains. The orange areas where I have increased confidence in the occurrence of severe storms, so this will include an area from southern France to Latvia. Lastly, the level 3 risk is where I have the highest confidence in organized severe weather today, coming in the form of very large hail and damaging wind. Similar areas will be at risk for excessive rainfall, so I've placed a broad level 1 from France all the way to the Nordic countries. Decreased confidence in widespread thunderstorm activity across the Balkans precludes a level 1, with any storms that do form being relatively isolated and short-lived. A significant uptick in the severe weather risk appears likely on Friday as the second system moves inland. The main severe risk will extend from eastern France all the way to Belarus, with the greatest risk of severe weather from northern Italy to Poland. This is also going to be the start of a greater flood risk as an area of low pressure organizes from the Alps to Central Europe. Even though we're only about a day away from this event, different weather models are interpreting the evolution of this a bit differently, so there is a certain level of uncertainty. Regardless, I think the yellow slight risk needs to be most aware of the risk of flooding. In the green shade, the threat will be lower overall, but in areas expecting thunderstorms, remember that locally intense rainfall is a possibility, especially within severe thunderstorms. On Saturday, severe weather will become a little bit less widespread as it focuses into a corridor from Lithuania down to Slovakia. Other severe storms are possible along the Dinaric Alps and Turkey. It's also worth taking note of that low-pressure system right around southern Sweden. This is the same system which will drive the heightened flood risk in Central Europe on Friday before bringing very heavy rain up into southern Scandinavia by Saturday, so that's why I have placed a level 2 in that general vicinity. Once again, there is some uncertainty in the exact path of this system, so make sure you stay tuned in case any refinements are made to this forecast. On Sunday, another intense episode of severe weather appears possible from Slovakia and Hungary to Belarus, with heavy rainfall continuing in southern Scandinavia. Also, a third Atlantic system will be approaching, resulting in a rare summer rainfall in parts of Portugal and Spain. At this point, we should see a decrease in the flood potential, but I would keep an eye on parts of Scandinavia, the Baltic countries, Poland, Slovakia, and Turkey. That's going to be all for this quick weather forecast, so make sure you leave any of your additional questions or comments below. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one.